How many times have you talked yourself out of making some kind of purchase that was important to you, something that was really meaningful to you? My name is Brie, Sodano, and I'm a personal finance expert and the founder of From Sheep to Shark. I invented the invisible system to stop bleeding money and start stacking cash, and I run a 6-month money coaching program called Shark School. And I had some big conversations this week with my clients about the ways that women self-sabotage. And what I realized so often is that my clients come to see me with the biggest, most generous hearts ever. And that was all on them. But then on top of that, then they're really giving past the point of what feels appreciated, what feels comfortable. And we're just conditioned to give. And even as women, our level of self-sacrifice is attributed to our ability to be good moms, our ability to be good wives. And what I find is that in doing that, we become wildly uncomfortable with the spending money on ourselves for things that are important. And it looks in a lot of ways like being financially responsible. It looks like, oh, I'll just wait to get this because I can wait. It seems like it's being frugal, where we're like, I can't justify spending that kind of money on myself, so I'm going to spend it on something for the house or something for the kids, because that's more practical. And so here's what I want to say, is that it's not really that helpful. When we use the money on the things or experiences that are important to us, we end up feeling really satisfied. We end up feeling good. We end up feeling whatever we were trying to feel when we bought, a thing, experience, or whatever else. And so that is much different than when we don't. So let's just say we're thinking about buying something and then we don't, and we use the money that we could have used for that, for stuff for the kids or for stuff for the house. What we end up doing is still feeling unsatisfied, and then we just overspend in other areas, and we buy more for the house, more for the spouse, more for the kids, and we justify it because it wasn't for us. It's okay. And so basically the point is the money gets spent either way, right? And what ends up happening often enough is that when we make a really deep sacrifice to give somebody something that's kind of mundane, they might not appreciate it, and then we're left holding like a bag of feeling resentful and unappreciated. Actually, I talked to a client this way who described it as like low-level annoyed. She described her relationship with her kids as low-level annoyed all the time because she's always giving and she's doing it at extreme sacrifice, and they seem ungrateful or unappreciative. And so the point that I'm trying to make in discussing this with you guys today is that we are thinking about making high joy purchases that are an investment in yourself. It's something that nourishes your soul, something that's going to provide you lasting happiness in some way, shape, or form. I just want you to reconsider talking yourself out of it, because a lot of times what I end up seeing in clients is when they do make those investments, they end up showing up differently in life. I'm going to give you just a quick example. So I had a client recently who's been putting off clothes purchases. Now she's got enough money where she could go out and spend money and buy herself some new clothes. But she'd been putting it off for way too long, and she'd find other reasons to use the money. She'd buy stuff for her adult kids. She would go places with her boyfriend. She'd have, she would spend the money. The money was going to be spent either way. But when she spent that money on herself, she showed up differently. And in doing that, she also got a brand new job. She's starting in a couple weeks, and it's a very substantial raise. And it's not directly attributed to the clothes, but the way that she showed up mattered. It changed. And so these are the type of things that sometimes we don't notice how much we tolerate because we never let those upgrades come in. We talk ourselves out of it. And so I guess that's the point I'm trying to make, is that when you're considering making an upgrade to your life, an investment in yourself, just be very cognizant of what you'd be trading it in for. And in some cases, I want you to be able to push past the uncomfort of investing in yourself, of spending money on yourself, even when there's, when we're moms, there's a zillion other things we can do with our money, because when we put that back in, we're able to give further at a much higher level. We're able to show up in our lives in a much different level. And so this is some of the stuff that I work with on my clients. So even though it sounds like, oh, is this financial advisor telling me to spend more money? It's not really true. I mean, the money's going to be spent either way, and we want to use our resources to invest in ourselves so that way we could be our best selves. All right, so that was my thought for you today. So if you have any questions or you need anything, feel free to reach out. I'm taking 5 new clients in Shark School for the month of December, and that's it. So you can reach out, briesodano.com, BRIE Sodano, SODANO.com, to apply to work with me. All right, have a great day, everyone.